Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today I want to talk about, this will be a small video, it's about a hack you can do in case of an active shooter, a spree killer, a terrorist attack, doesn't matter what, if it's with active shooters to say. And it's something that I have not actually heard that much before, but it is something that could save your life in case when there is some nutcase shooting around. So just I made already a video about that would say that if you have a backpack or something, in case you have fear that there is an active shooter or a terrorist attack possibly going, like if you work in a certain government building or you're in a school, or doesn't matter, in a place that is prone to have that is a possible target for active shooters. And this could not only be for yourself, but if you're scared that one of your children who is going to a high school or your spouse is working at a certain facility, you can give them this kind of trick to do this. So first of all, if you have a backpack, just put something in the backpack, like a ballistic plate or a book. As you can see, this is the backpack, and this is the ballistic plate that I have put now in the backpack. As you can see, this is one of those ceramic plates, and this could stop one round of a caliber of 308. So this could take a good hit, but it can only take one or at most a few hits with from a smaller caliber, but one hit from something big as a 308. And for the records, the same thing goes for if you have got something like a book. If you're in a pinch, you have a backpack, you don't have a ballistic plate, and you hear an active shooter, you can just put a big book or a big layer of newspapers or magazines on top of it, and you put them in your backpack. But I'm going to say this: if you're going to do this, be aware it will not make you bulletproof. It will slow down the bullet, that it will cause less damage. It will not be a magic shield. So that's something that a lot of people said this in my video about what kind of body armor preppers should have. I would advise to watch into that video. And it will slow down a bullet, but it will give you a chance, or a chance to absorb the hit, to get off with lesser wounds, or to give you a chance to run away or take cover after the first salvos have been fired. So the trick I wanted to talk about is not only the first thing I would say is, if you have a backpack, like I said before, the other plate of this is now sitting in this backpack, so it's just the right size, so it's almost the whole backpack that is now covered. This is the first thing to always do, and there is an active shooter, terrorist, spree killer, whatever, you run away. Don't be a hero, don't try to think, I can take this guy. I've seen many videos about security cams, or one of those cams that are from active shooters that they found later on. And the thing is, people would try to ambush them. They were 9 out of 10. They were just too slow. It's like in that video about the Christchurch. You saw one guy was getting out of a door or around the corner. It was this close to the active shooter, but he could still react and shot him anyway. So yeah, it was a desperate attempt, but 9 out of 10 times it will fail. So running away is one of the best options. I talked about this in previous videos. If you have an active shooter, keep low, take cover, hide, and move, and make yourself as a small target, and run away from the active shooters. So that's the first thing. So if you run away and you have one of these ballistic plates inside of your backpack, this is the most likely case where an active shooter will target you. If you run away, this area can absorb the shooting, so you have chance to run away and to absorb a hit that might get into you. So this would be the critical area. If you get shot in the legs, you can still, in most cases, you would still be able to walk, unless it has shattered a bone. It's all about most people who have been hit they will only fall if they realize they were hit. So if you're full of adrenaline, focused on finding the exit, there is more chance that you will run away. We've seen this in videos about where somebody shot someone and that person could take sometimes dozens of hits and still not realize he was shot and would still be able to run away. So protecting your most vital organs is one of the most important things. But now we're getting to it's kind of a trick. A trick is hard to say, but it's something that I have not heard many people talk about. If you are in a closed building, the exits are perhaps closed, perhaps you're in a room without windows or doors or a place where you know you cannot run away, you cannot hide, you will have to face a shooter, then you can take this backpack and just put it in front of you, like this. In that case, you have something that protects you, whether it's a ballistic plate or it's a book or a stack of magazines. It will give you some additional protection that will hopefully give you the chance to absolve the first hit. If you're going to jump or attack the active shooter, try to get into a very close range, try to wait for a moment like when he's reloading or when a gun is jamming, try to listen for that, try to observe the shooter and try to perhaps create a distraction, whatever. But if you have, and I would never advise to attack active shooter because they will point a gun or reload faster than you can run towards them. And there are only a few cases where this has happened. But if you have to do it like this. Put your backpack around like this. And if you run towards the guy, he would usually shoot from the center mass of the body, especially if they're trained in police or military background. So that will give you the chance to absolve one or two first shots or to slow down the damage, but that will give you a fighting chance to take this guy down. I would also advise to learn some skills like self-defense skills like Krav Maga, work out a little bit, something that will give you a body, an edge. And the most important thing is, if you're going to do this, be aware, be in a mindset to overcome the pain that you will meet. Because this guy will not go down just easy like that. You will possibly be shot dead. You will have life-threatening wounds. You will possibly have wounds that will be with you with the rest of your lives or a disability. But it's that mental click that you have to turn, that mental switch that you have to turn to get over the pain of a possible shot, to get over all that, to take this guy down. Even if you are going to die, be aware that if you take this guy down, and even if you are getting fatally wounded, you save other people's life. And yeah, I know it's not the best message, but this is reality. I'm all about reality. That's why I also say run away is always the safest option if there is an active shooter. And like I said, something like this would be the last option. Yeah, and perhaps for people that want to know, if you perhaps can see, as you can see, the ballistic plate is fitting right inside of the backpack. So that's also the reason why I say this. Some people would say, why don't you wear a ballistic plate or a bulletproof vest just in everyday life? In everyday life, you cannot wear a bulletproof vest just as a civilian. It's too bulky, it can get too warm, and you will also, this could sound a little bit simple, but your ballistic vest will wear out. If you always wear it, sweat, UV light, or movement with it can cause some tear and wear on the fabrics, on the all over the material of the bulletproof vest or hard plate or whatever you want to carry. If you do it in the backpack, there is less chance that it will wear and tear because of moist UV light or. But one thing, if you have one of those like here, ceramic backplates, if you want to put it inside of your backpack, don't ever throw your backpack on the ground or drop it on the ground because it will break or make cracks that will severely lower the chances that it will stop a bullet. So that's something that you need to take in account. So I hope you and anybody else that you know will never have to do this or will be in this kind of situation, but that's not the reality. The reality is it's always possible, especially in these crazy times, to say. So yeah, this was just a small tip that I have never heard before, but I wanted to share to give you thoughts about it. And I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, always carry a gun." Yeah, you always you always should be prepared to have a gun, wear a vest if you're going in everyday life. But first of all, I live in Belgium. Shootings are very rare here. And second, you cannot let this kind of people, these kind of disturbed nutcases, run your life. You cannot always be like a special forces. Always be aware of your surroundings. You have to relax. You cannot always carry a gun wherever you go. You can not always wear a vest because that's crazy. That's a little bit on the paranoid. Although it granted in certain places, and that's also why I said if you're going to certain places that are more high, where there is a higher chance that it will happen. But I would say use your common sense, use a healthy dose of suspicion, but live your life, relax. If something happens and you do not have a gun, you do not have a bulletproof vest, try to, like I said, try to improvise with a book, try to run away, try every skill that you have to get out of that situation. And if you have, and this is a brilliant thing that I once heard, I would, like I said, never fight, but if you have to fight like you are the third monkey on the ramp on Noah's Ark. And brother, it starts to rain. So yeah, I hope this gives you some, this could someday help save your life in case, and I hope you will never have to meet it. Subscribe, like, if you got any other tips like this, please let me know. I'm always eager to learn. And thank you for watching and see you in the next video.